Oh yeah. You're about to enter into another truth session. Yes, indeed. With your host with the most. I am the one. The apostle, the prophet. That's right. Coming into your eye gates, into your eardrums with 2,400 watts of power. In a hotel. Abaragani. Amani kaka. Amani dada. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Bonjour. Hola. Konnichiwa. Ni hao ma. Greetings, family. Come on in. Oh yeah, we getting ready to have an awesome and powerful time. Oh yeah. Yeah, we still on that trauma thing. Yeah. 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 Oh yeah. Oh, come on, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know how we do this. Do it for you. Do it for me. Do it for us. Hit that little share button and let them know. Come on here. It's another truth session. In session. Come on, family, I see y'all populating. Hey, Brother Love, I see you, Anthony. Hey, Evan Gibbs. Hey, Lavelle, what's going on, daughter? The priestess in the house. Hey, we got our very own nurse practitioner in the house. Hey, Chakisha, what's up, KD? Ho. Hey, Dorothy Wilson, what's going on, home girl? What's up, Miss Sis? Oh. Hey, Miss Ronnie. Hey, listen, for you, for me, and for us, let us know where you're hailing from. Yeah. Let us know so we can share this energy. We can share this information. We can cast a web. Come on here. How's everybody doing? Yeah, I know. Listen, isn't it something that we're at another Saturday and we're about to make it happen? You hear sounds on sounds, none other than the musician in the house, JP Hall. Oh yeah, on the keyboard. Give him a little something, JP. Come on, y'all, while we're populating. Come on, y'all, tell somebody. And then, of course, we have accompanying him none other than the master teacher on the congos and the bongos as we're populating. Oh yeah, I see our very own Queen Brenda Brown is in the house. Hey, chocolate child. Listen, oh, y'all need to give her some attention. She's doing good over there, y'all, with Sauce in the City. Would you wear this or would you wear that? And of course, her staple is hashtags Daddies Matter Too. Oh yeah, and I'm a part of that crew. We get it on every Sunday. Oh yeah, we get it on every Sunday with a cast of Bobby G. Slaughter. Yes, indeed. Also with our very own brother, Al B. Fuller. Yes, sir. And then she has in the house Extra Large Professor. Yeah. And then she has a host of fill-ins that she bring in, man. And it is awesome, man. It is awesome. So, yes, indeed. So we're going to be dealing again, trauma and retrograde, hindsight 2020. And this is going to be part 4. Hey, what's up, Wally Omar Abdul Rahim? Oh, yeah, the old school. That's one of the homies back in from the field, Springfield, Illinois. Oh, yes, indeed. Assalamu alaikum, Aki. Hey, Tammy, what's going on? All right. I see we filling this demonstration up. Let's just take a few more minutes. I'm going to give you all a little bit more music, and then we're going to dive into this. I promise you it's going to be awesome. And then I'm going to introduce you all to an instrument that comes from our Aborigine people, our original people from down under, man. It's called the didgeridoo. And it's going to give us a different vibration. It's going to give us a vibration that we're going to need to make this journey we're going to make today. We're going to make some inroads into some things that we really need to grasp and understand to get control over certain areas of our minds and develop the next round of thought processes in our cognition. That's right. In our cognitive abilities, we're getting ready to expand exponentially. That's right. We're going to become esoteric. Oh, yeah, we're about to get ready to do it. Come on, family. Just one more sounds on sounds, and then we're going to jump into it. I'm your very own host with the most. Yes, and you've just entered into another truth session with me, the host with the most, the one. Oh, yeah. Yes, no more trauma. Isn't that something? Listen, let me share something with you all. It's very important to understand this. This is the season that one must shore relationships. Hear me, and you'll hear me well. This is the season that one must shore relationships. And reason? It's dark and difficult to see ahead of us. And we're all going to need each other to get to where we're going. We're going to have to connect and network and link up so that we can find the pathways to where we need to go and the directions we need to go in. Each one of us have a purpose. And here's something that I noted, and I want you to hear this. And I'll get the master teacher to post it out there at some point on the timeline. But here's something we must understand. Understanding that which was created for your purpose. You hear me, and you'll hear me well. Listen. Understanding that which was created for your purpose and being willing, listen to this. This is something that I jotted down. This is a note that I made. This is my thought. Okay? You can take it and use it if you want to. It's in the public domain now. I'm not one of those sticklers. Oh, you got my stuff and you didn't. No. When people hear it, they'll know it came from the one. Because I'm in my own way extraordinary. Yeah. I am the one. Okay, so I don't stumble at that. I'm not being facetious. I'm not being pompous, conceited, conflated, bombastic. None of those things. I'm simply stating a fact that I am the one. And listen to this, though. Understanding that which was created for your purpose and being willing to explore it, whether right, wrong, or indifferent. Your purpose. See, we've allowed people to frame us and rid us of our purpose and get us off the trail in which was planted and plotted for us. And how did they do it? Through misinformation. I just want to talk to you, and I promise you, I'm going to put it in your lap, sort of, for speaking. So you can work with it for you. What is applicable for you? Whatever's applicable for you and it works for you. I want you to take it and do it with that, okay? It's important to understand that. I had to reboot my computer, fam, and so just give me just a second. And we're gonna make it do what it do. Applicable for you and it works for you. I want you to take it and do it with that, okay? Okay. Hey, Sadra. Yes. Queen Brenda Brown. Okay. Hey, Rhonda. I see you made it in. I don't know what's going on with that, but what I would say to you, Rhonda, go into your friends and click on me, and then see if you have checked to receive the notifications. Okay. Hey, James Rule, what's happening, man? What's going on? Hey, Earl, what's up, man? I see you in the room. I see 217, man, that's in the house today, man. Y'all represent. Hey, Dr. Lindsay. I see y'all up in here. Hey, listen, but here's what I need y'all to do. 217, James Rule. 217, Earl Anderson. Y'all 217s up in the house. Man, y'all tell somebody, man, hit those share buttons, man, and let the family know, man, we up in here. Hey, Pamela, what's going on? Okay. Now, I'm getting ready to hit the share button one more time, y'all, and then we're going to get ready to jump into this. But I was sharing something with y'all. Again, I'm going to share this with you. Okay. Let me do this real quick. Let me share. Okay. Let me share to my timeline. And I'm going to get back to this, all right? I'm going to get this to you guys. I know your Saturdays are important to you all, and I thank you all for lending them to us here in the Truth Session. We don't take it lightly, nor do we take it for granted. We know that it is a sacrifice, and it is then most often that you get what you need when you're sacrificing. This is a season and time for sacrifice, and I don't mean that you're going to give up everything that you have to receive something. Sacrificing simply means that things are going to become sacred enough to you that you will give it your undivided attention, so that you can cause things to function the way that they're supposed to, and that you rid yourself of the kind of stress that causes distress. Okay? That toxic kind of stress. All right? Okay. Okay, here's what I was saying, right? This is a season and time for that one must shore up relationships. It's dark and difficult to see ahead of us without each other. We're going to need each other, family. We're going to need to be able to share with each other. Be there for each other. Okay? Now, as always, here's what I ask the family to do. Just give me just a few minutes to kind of get this information set up for you. That one must, because it's really going to be very powerful, okay? Now, also I said, understanding that which was created for your purpose in being willing to explore it, whether right, wrong, or indifferent. You're going to have to explore it to understand what is happening and what is really going on. My computer wants to do its own thing. Apostle, will you go downstairs in my room and my other computer that's in my room over on my table? Bring that to me. Yes, it's a mouse right there with it as well. Okay. Please forgive me, family. My computer is doing what it wants to do. So I'm going to go get my other computer. But in the meantime, because I want to see who's in the room, remember, strong and mighty. Remember, I introduced you all to a term in last session. Remember, we were talking about energosoma, and remember we were talking about it in a bio sense, in bioenergies. And that's not a big word. It's just, it's okay. It's not a big word. It's just a Greek word that actually means a number of things, which is why they have to use this word, because it's saying a number of things at once. And our minds have the ability to do this. But what has tripped us up is trauma. Things that we have experienced that has been traumatic to us. And not only has it been traumatic, but it has been repetitive. In other words, it keeps repeating itself. which causes us to do what we call ruminate, to ruminate. That means to mull over something over and over again. And oftentimes it's not the good part of it, it is the not so good part of it. And that continues to keep us in a hyper state, keep us in a flight or fight state, which takes away certain realms of development of our minds. You can put it right here, right there. Thank you. Gratitude, gratitude. Listen, it ain't nothing like superior and good health and good help. Man, my staff, man, there's not a greater staff than my staff. I don't care who's saying what, where they saying it. I have the greatest staff in the universe. Gratitude, gratitude.
Fearless and triumphant. Fearless and triumphant. Ooh, yes we are. Oh, yes we are. So strong and mighty. Yeah. Strong and mighty. Yes we are. Oh, oh. We are the gods and goddesses of this universe. Strong and mighty, strong and mighty, strong and mighty. Fearless and triumphant. Fearless and triumphant. Fearless.
Okay, Gilkey, Tavo, I see you in the house. Okay, here we go, fam. I think I got it. I think, like the little red engine said, I think I can. Yeah, strong and mighty. Okay, I think I got you. Okay, here we go. Now, remember we're talking about ergosoma, and we talked about that last week. Let me put that. We're probably going to have to move the camera a little bit. Ergosoma is a very powerful term. Okay, there we go. I see you, brother Michael Shabazz. Assalamu alaikum, Maki. Ergosoma. Hopefully, master teacher put the definition out there for you all. But I want to once again break that down for you. If you look in that word, you're going to find the word energy. And remember, we're talking about bioenergies. We're talking about a non-physical body. Please just give me a minute and I'll give you the understanding so you won't feel like, okay, I can't grasp this. But I promise you, we're going to move beyond the limitations that have been placed upon your mind and my mind because of misframing, misinformation that has framed us and put us in an altered reality. Most of us are walking in altered realities and we don't have the foggiest idea that is happening to us because we can't see through the fog. Okay? The powers that be has made everything so foggy, it is hard for you to see through it except you have what? Navigators. We have navigators, and I promise you we're going to navigate. Here we're going to do our part here in the truth session. In the truth session, we have a fragment. We don't have it all. We don't know it all. We have a fragment. In that particular fragment, we are developing it to the existential element of itself, to the esoteric element of itself, to the highest heights and deeper depths and widest width of itself, so that it can fit with other fragments and particles and we create a whole. So when you hear us speak, we're not speaking from the perspective that our way is the only way and we know everything. That isn't what we're saying to you. What we are saying to you is that we're developing that which has been given unto us for our purpose so that we can make our journey, right? And those that choose to make the journey with us. Not only are we making our journey, but listen, we're joining others on their journeys. And again, I shared with you all earlier, this is about relationships in this hour. Relationships gives you pathways on which to travel and not get lost. Now, what we're saying is that this is a season and time that we're going to shore up our articulation. We're going to dig deep within the thoughts and bring out that which is most correct so that it gives us the clearest vision. Why do we want the clearest vision? Because once you have the clearest vision gives you the ability to see how things really appear. Once you see how things really appear, then it is said that it is the truth. The truth then, in a nutshell, is how things appear. For example, if we come upon an apple tree and an apple is upon that tree, then we understand that it is an apple on the apple tree. So therefore, it is the truth that it is an apple, right? Because we know that oranges do not grow on apple trees. Hence, we see clear. So this is what we're saying. And here, you can come and get a clear vision in 2020. And that vision is not looking forward, but it is looking backwards to get you to look forward. Hello, somebody. Because there's underdevelopment in our minds. And I'm going to get to some information to really bless you, to really open you up and cause you to see things and see how they really appear. I see you, George. What's going on, man? Hey, Kelly. How you doing? Yes, indeed. Hey, if y'all ever out in Houston, make sure y'all visit the Galliana. What is that? What's the mall, Kelly? Listen, she gives out the world's greatest facials, you all. I mean, the girl is bad. She knows her stuff. Also, she knows, man, the makeup industry. She is bad. Kelly Marie Horton. Hey, what's up, baby girl? All right. Now, yeah. Now, why am I saying this? This is very important for us to understand because now, if you don't have a navigator, it's going to be difficult to see through the fog. And so we're going to create an articulation that creates pathways for us to travel within the thought processes of our own mind, our cognitive abilities, okay? Get into our cognition and start that engine up so that we can start thinking, right? And then get control over our thought processes. Once we get control over our thought process, we can go back into those bio-body energies and begin to communicate to others elsewhere. That's right. We're going to start communicating to others elsewhere. Have you ever thought about someone and then all of a sudden they called you? Have that ever happened to you? And if it hasn't happened, I'm releasing it now to begin to happen for you. In other words, the connectivity. So your thoughts connect to other thoughts. There's billions and billions and trillions and quintillions, all thoughts that are going throughout the universe, right? And if you have the ability to tap into them, you can tap into them and get that information. Yes, indeed, this is true. I'm telling you, it works. I'm not trying to spook you out. I bring you to a safe place in your mind where you understand what I'm saying to you. Okay, fam? All right. What I want to restore back to us is our God consciousness, our ability to be gods again, having an experience in the earth realm or in Eretz or in the cosmos or in this construct. Okay? All right. All right. Okay. Hey, Ronnie, what's up? What's up? What's up? I'm sending that woman to you, man, that's going to be faithful to you. I seen what you put out there, bruh. I released that for you, so she'll come to you. Watch she comes. She'll be there. You just be ready when she get there. Don't be getting ready. Be ready. Very powerful brother there, y'all. He does, what is it? Hey, Ronnie. put your information on the timeline, man. What you do? You repair. What is it? Your not your taxes, but you repair credit repair. I think don't you do that? Hey, Dorothy, how you doing? I haven't seen my girl in a while, Dorothy O'Bannon. Hey, cuz, what's up? Irby, Deborah, what's going on? Okay, now, ergosoma. Remember we talked about one of the terms that is in that word is what? Energy, right? Yes. Not only is energy in that word, but you see the word what? Ergo. And we know what ergo is. Ergo means work plus what, master teacher? Work plus force. And it's going to give us power. And it's going to give us power. Isn't that something? And it's going to give us power. And then also in that particular word, you see the word soma, S-O-M-A. Soma is a Greek word, which actually means body, means the physical body. Soma. Okay? Now, I want to introduce you all to something else today. Remember, last Shabbat or last session, I introduced you all to the shofar, right? So this time, I'm going to introduce you all to another vibration. And this vibration here is, oh my God, just wait till you hear it. It's called a didgeridoo. Yes. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these, but this is called a didgeridoo. Okay? Now, listen to the vibration. Let the vibration come through your technology, through whatever apparatus you may be using, whether you have your tablet, your phone, your laptop, notebook, whatever you're working with. Let this vibration come through. Listen to it. This is an awesome instrument. Yes. And if you notice, it almost sounds like a ship out on the ocean. So why are we releasing that vibration? We're releasing that vibration to clear up the fog so that you'll be able to see clear. We're changing the vibration. And at some point, I'm going to take you all through a meditation class where we get an opportunity to meditate together and exchange energy and show you how to take the energy, teach you how to take the energy from your crown chakra to your past your root chakra. We're going to go to the foundation of you. I actually don't refer to them as chakras. I just use it for familiarity, but I call them capacitors, and I'm gonna show you why I call them capacitors with some information I'm getting ready to share with you guys. Okay. Now, but that's energosoma, the body of energy. And so let me go ahead and read that definition for you. It is a complex non-physical body that allows us to perceive, work, and communicate through bioenergies. through bioenergies. These energies actually becomes what cellular. They manifest on a metaphysical level. They come into manifestation so that you can communicate with them. All right. So ergo soma is a vehicle of manifestation of the consciousness. In other words, it allows us to interact energetically with others and with energy dimensions wherever we are, to interact with others. And listen, more than one dimension. Some of you have been in other dimensions, but you didn't know you were in other dimensions. You're able to time travel. Well, travel through time, because time doesn't move. Time is a measuring stick that's already set in place. It's predetermined, right? And so there are intervals of occurrences, which we call in the Greek kairos. Kairos time means to advance to a set occasion that has already been set or marked in time, to advance to where it has been pre-deposited. Okay, so there are things that have already been pre-deposited that we're going to advance to. However, if we don't have the information of what it is, once we advance to it, we won't know what it is. Okay, so this is the time that we're going to have things revealed to us without misinformation. This information that you're going to get is absolutely going to form on the inside of you the right vision. Okay. Right? And it won't be division. We know division means to see two things simultaneously. Di means two, and then vision, division. So we're not going to divide things. We're going to cause you to see them holistically, because I'm going to get you to see with your God eye. Some call it the pineal gland, but I call it the pineal gland. Shaped like a pine cone. Looks like a pine cone. Pineal gland, which is your God gland, which allows you to be in tune with the universe, to be in vibration with it, to be on the same wavelength, to also be in the same light ray with it. All of this is within you. And your body also carries an element that is in the sun called the what? Plasma. We call it what? Blood plasma. It can actually be separated from your blood cells. Plasma can be separated from your white and red blood cells. Okay? Plasma, sun, plasma, right? So the universe, we are the universe inside of the universe, okay? We have taken on it, and we are bioenergies that are in it, that are manifesting ourselves in this form, in this pheno, with these genotypes. So as we're manifesting ourselves, you have to understand that it takes a certain body to be in a certain time frame. This is why it's very important to understand that certain information after a period of time becomes obsolete, which means that you have to upgrade your information, which means that you have to download information and upgrade your information, just like we do computers, right? What do we do with computers? We upgrade them, right? What do? We download what? New information into them, and they are what? Fitted. They're retrofitted. They have components and parts in them that doesn't work now, but in the future it will, because it will have a development for it. They will develop a element that will cause it to come into function. I'll give you an example. How many of you have a vehicle, and on the front of your vehicle, it looked like a place where lights should be, but there were some coverings in there. And it looks like, well, these lights are supposed to go there. Well, that's called retrofitting. In other words, they outfitted it for a future date. If you want to put lights in there, you'll be able to put lights in there. That's retrofitting. So this is how we are. We are retrofitted. We get into what we call genetics. We get into epigenetics. We get into our genetics. We're getting into where we've been retrofitted, where we could be able to change our genes, our genetics, and cause them to appear a certain way or manifest a certain way. Why? Through our bioenergies. Through these energies that we have the ability to conceive what we need and then manifest it. Now, hence, you get the Virgin Mary story. The Virgin Mary story is an attempt to bring forth the purest element of a human being that could come and bring about an understanding of how all things work, right? It is just an idea. It's an allegory. It's not real. It's not a real story. It's saying something to get us to see something else. What is actually saying to us that we have the ability to whoever we need to come into this construct, we can genetically make them and give a body to them and cause them to come into being. Yes. Yes. But what has happened? We've been traumatized. We've been made to believe that we're the scourge of the earth. We've been made to believe that we are wretches. We're wretched, and we're the rich of the earth, and we're of no value. And this is what we believe. So we go to church every Sunday and repent. Forgive me, God, for I've sinned. Isn't that something? So you go because you're this unclean individual who needs salvation and saving. You've been deceived. You've been tricked. That's not you. You're God having an experience. You have the highest moral standards of any being that walks on Eret or walk on earth. You do. The black and brown man and woman. We were created. It is our purpose. Remember, I shared something with you. I say understanding that which was created for your purpose and being willing to explore it, whether right, wrong, or indifferent. That's what God does. God comes to a place of knowing, right? This is where you're going. You're going to a place of knowing, and you're going to come out of the realm of disillusionment. You're going to come out of the realm of not knowing, which creates fear, keeps you in a state of alarmness, which causes your pituitary gland to do some things to some of your organs, to your kidneys, your adrenaline glands, doing things to your heart, your kidneys, and all kinds of things that are going on because you've been misinformed. But let's get some information and let's grow. Hey, Kim. What's up? How you doing, beautiful? Okay. All right. Let's go with this. Let me check this timeline. Okay. How everybody doing? Y'all good? Wave at me. Put some of them emojis out there. Wave at me. Let me know y'all still love me. Okay. Okay. Now let me put something in your ear gates, family. This is very powerful. I need you all to see this. Let me see if I can pull this. Let me put this in your eye gates. This is very important. He would do that to me, wouldn't he? This is a study that's done by Harvard. I'm going to put this in your eye gates. Hey, Sergeant at Arms, Kiana. Okay. Okay, can you all see that? If you can, just put those emojis in the air for me. Okay, now, here we go. Listen to what they said. This is what they said in the study. They said the critical factors in developing a strong foundation for these essential skills are children's relationships, the activities they have opportunities to engage in, and the place in which they live, learn, and play. And what this is, what they're actually talking about, is called the executive functions and self-regulation. It's called executive functions and self-regulation. Okay, let me get this out there too. Let me put this part out there for you guys. Okay. I got a little ahead of myself, but that's okay. You all know where I'm taking you when you get there. Okay. Is that all right?
All right. Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, Albie, what's going on, man? It's my main man. Okay, can you guys see that? Can you all see that?
Yes.
Okay. Now it says in the brain, remember, these are executive functions and self-regulation. And remember, I told you all something just a few minutes ago about chakras. And I told you I really don't refer to them as chakras. I refer to them as capacitors. Because what they do, they hold and store energy. And it has the ability, when you need that energy, to be able to release that energy. That's the same principle that a vehicle works on. It has a capacitor. The energy doesn't come directly from the battery. The energy comes from the capacitor that stores the energy from the battery to start your vehicle. So this is what happens also with our chakras. Okay? So our chakras store up energy. And when we need that energy, we can quickly access it and it spring into being. Okay? So now, but look at what it says. It says in the brain, the ability to hold on to and work with information. Man, we talked about information. We talked about it being foggy out here. You're going to need navigators, and we have been misinformed, right? So now we're going to get proper articulation. We're going to get the information that we need. And remember, I shared with you all that in getting this information, you're going to have to be willing to explore it because it deals with your purpose. It's going to deal with your purpose, okay? Right. So this information, whether right, wrong, or indifferent, you're going to have to explore it so that you'll know, okay? Now, so again, so that your brain will function correctly. Now, in the brain, the ability to hold on to and work with information, to focus thinking, and filter distractions. Now, this is what your executive functions and self-regulation is going to get to. So let me read on. And it says, scientists refer to these capacities, listen to this, these capacities, these are bioenergies, these are energies, these are concepts, okay? Now, scientists refer to these capacities as executive function and self-regulation. Now, a set of skills that relies on three types of brain functions, And as I'm speaking, I'm remaking and reframing and reshaping our minds where they have been traumatized, where they may have been abused, where you may have seen something or experienced something. Now we're going to cause your brain, come on here, to expand, to open up, to grow, to illuminate, to enlighten itself. Because once you catch an ideal, it turns on your brain cells, or an epiphany, or catch a revelation. It turns on a brain cell. In other words, your brain begins to expand and grow. And this is what's happening to us. So if there are some childhood things that have happened to us, preteen things, adult things that have happened to us, listen, we're getting ready to heal that portion of your mind and cause it to expand. You hear me and you hear me well. Y'all know we used to talk back. Talk back to me. It's okay. Okay. Now, scientists refer to these capacities as executive functions and self-regulation. A set of skills that relies on three types of what? Brain functions. One, working the memory. If something traumatically has happened to you, there's going to be some memory loss. If not memory loss, then there are some that deals with what we refer to as false memory, where they are recalling something that has never happened before. They simply made it up in their minds. Okay? And then the second thing is called mental flexibility. Mental flexibility. All of this is going to be dealing with your cognition. And then the third thing is going to be dealing with self-control. So these should be out there. This is very important to note. You may want to make a note. And those of you that are life coaches and you're doing certain types of things, you want this information because it'll help you in your counseling sessions. It'll help you when you're doing your one-on-ones or if you're doing group therapy or whatever you're doing. This is great information to be able to utilize, okay? Now, so self-control. Children are born, listen to what it says. Children are born with these skills, okay? Children are born with these skills. They are born with the potential, children aren't born with these skills. Children aren't born with these skills. Let me get this right, because it's important. Children are not born with these skills. However, watch what it says. They are born with the potential to develop them, which means that there is stored up information in the capacitor, stored up bioenergy, things that are going to come to fruition, things that are come to pass, things that are going to manifest, your ideals, your thoughts, your dreams that are applicable to your destiny, to your purpose, are going to come forth once that energy is released. See, the potential is there. Remember, we've talked about 3 realms of the P's. You all remember what they were? We talked about what? Potential, probability, and possibility. Anything that you're going to deal with of any substance that has some sustenance is going to have 3 P's in it. Again, what? Potentiality, probability, and possibility. There's a possibility that it may come to pass. There's a probability. It's highly probable that it will come to pass. And then the potential is there. Because the potential gives you the ability to actualize, bring something into fruition, bring it into being, cause it to what? Manifest. So it's there. So once it's there, it just needs to be what? Tapped on. Right? Once it taps on, there's a spark. That spark creates what? Light. Light creates what? Visibility. Visibility creates what? Mobility. Gives you the ability to be able to move around and get things done, okay? So now, again, recapping that B portion, they are born with the potential to develop them. Okay, the full range of abilities continue to grow and mature through the teen years and into early adulthood. So it's very important to understand, see that we're talking about paths, traveling paths. You're gonna grow, but based upon what is being activated within you and what is being deposited in you will determine your development. So some of us are what? Underdeveloped. Some of us, we can't understand certain things because what? There hasn't been any development in that area. We haven't heard that initial thing that we need to hear to turn that particular engine on in our mind. Right? So now we're going to hear that information. Okay? All right. Now, and here's, so they go on to say that I put out there earlier when I got ahead of myself. Now I'm bringing you to this. Check this out. It says the critical factors in developing a strong foundation for these essential skills are children's what? Relationships. Number one thing. First thing they cite is what? Relationships. This is why we must have what? Healthy relationships. I know relationship coach KP. I think she's out there on the timeline. What's up, M&M 217? I see you, Pastor Derek. KP, she's a relationship coach. There is an uptick in coaches coming out. Relationship coaches, life coaches that are coming out to be able to help coach you through certain situations and circumstances in your life and give you information that would be applicable to you and what it is that you're doing. Okay. So it's important to understand what relationships. And so remember, I cited something when we first opened up. It was a quote from me. I cited, and I said, this is the season that one must shore up relationships. It's dark and difficult to see ahead of us without each what? Other, which means that we need what? Relationships. But however, if we're broken and have unresolved issues and haven't been healed, then it is difficult for us to establish relationships that are based off of better promises. It is hard for us to come together and be able to do these things. But if we don't, then we lose a whole nother generation. We're losing children that have no idea what's really going on in quote unquote the real world.
Right.
Because why? They're traumatized. Right? Okay. Now, so yeah. Let's see. Dr. Lindsay says, some cannot be developed because of the trauma experienced and the constant rumination of the trauma. This is true. Okay, I see. Sister Tammy says, we got to have the basics to build or rebuild. This is correct. Okay. Right. I see we're getting it in there. Let me see, Coach KP. Coach KP says, I see you, Ray Ray. Dr. Lindsay says, traumatized, which took away the ability to recall that you are God. Yes, it did. Surely, Shadron says, surely your purpose. My timeline keeps jumping on me. Hold on. Okay. Coach KP says, call us in, King. Yes, indeed. We've been lied to. Yes, we have. That's Coach KP. Okay. Trying to catch up with y'all on this timeline. Okay. Which, yes, Sister Doris, it's true that relationships are very important to many people. Too many people are isolated, which is very dangerous. This is true. Okay. Now, let's read on some more and listen to what it says. Critical factors in developing a strong foundation for these essential skills are children's what? Relationships, recapping, and then the activities they have opportunities to engage in the place in which they live, learn, and play. So now your environment comes into play. Where you live, right?
Yes.
Where you learn and where you play. That's your environment.
Yes, sir.
That's your community. Right? So, relationships. Let's look at this. Let me put this out here. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Okay. All right. Let's look at the last portion of this that I'm going to deal with out of this particular article from Harvard. Everybody good? Y'all getting something? If you're getting something, put them emojis out there for me, fam. Okay, can y'all see that? Yeah. Okay, it's there. Okay.
It starts at home and extends to caregivers.
Okay. Give me just a second, fam. Okay, there we go. All right. Now listen to this, and I'm almost finished. We'll just go through this, and I'll leave you all with a definition of concept, so we can, because we're rebuilding and reestablishing and reconstructing our thought processes, so that we can really get to our purpose and get to those things that we need to help us develop in a more formative way, to where we're able to do those things that we've been designed to do. Okay. All right. Now, relationships, it says, children develop in an environment of relationships. This is what children do. Okay. This starts in the home and extends to caregivers, teachers, medical and human services professionals, foster parents, and peers. Children are more likely to build effective executive function skills if the important adult in their lives are able to, oh man, listen to this. Again, let me recap this. Children are more likely to build effective executive functioning skills or function skills if the important adults in their lives are able to. Okay? What are the functioning skills? Again, 1, what? Working memory. 2, what? Mental flexibility. And 3, what? Control. Now, what they're saying is children learn through what? Example, through what they see, through what they monitor. Yes. So what they're saying is that the kid will only be healthy in terms of the effect that the adults have upon them. So let us read. Okay. Children are more likely to build effective executive function skills if the important adults in their lives are able to, 1, support their what? Efforts. Okay? 1. 2, model the skills. 3, provide a consistent, reliable presence that young children can what? Trust. They need that trust factor. They need to be able to what? Trust you. You need to develop what? An environment where the child has or feels safe enough to trust you. Okay? Now, it also means to provide, again, let me recap this. Provide a consistent, reliable presence that young children can what? Trust. I'm sorry? Go back one. Okay, excuse me. Let me go back one. There's so much energy flowing. I am on fire. Let me go back to number 3. Number 3, engage in activities in which they practice the skills. Engage in activities in which they practice the what? Skills. So you want them to what? Practice the skills. Okay? See, this is causing development. This is called, now remember, if you all go back, we were talking about something in one of the sessions. We're talking about how that the children function in the theta realm. That's the lowest vibration realm, the realm of fantasy. That's where a child functions. So in other words, that child is being programmed from the age of about 3 on up. That child is being programmed to 3 to 8, being programmed. So it's what they're seeing, which will determine what their behavior will be. Okay? How their self-control will be. If there's no self-control in the home, guess what? The child is going to lack self-control. So it is telling you how the child is developing. The cognition of the child is developing. So, right? Okay, so engage in activities in which they practice the skills. Fourth thing, provide a consistent, reliable presence that young children can do what? Trust. They can trust. Moving on. Guiding them from complete dependence on adults to what? Gradual what? Gradual what? Oh man, that's powerful. You got to catch this. This fifth thing is powerful. Check this out, y'all. It says, guide them from complete what? Dependence on adults to what? Gradual independence. Now, see, you have to understand that this is very important. To create independence, that takes a father figure. Okay. Give me just a second. Give me just a second. Thanks to KD. Oh my gosh, she be laying it out, y'all. Just in case you just tuning in, listen, I'm your host with the most. I am the one, the apostle, the prophet. Listen, again, today's session, we're dealing with trauma again. And it's Hindsight 2020. It's Trauma and Retrograde, Hindsight 2020. And this is part 4. But when you're dealing with relieving someone of dependence, you have to understand that that takes a masculine figure. And if the masculine figure isn't there, then that female is going to have to use masculine energy to create that dependence or independence. Because there's some stages that you have to go through. See, the first thing is that you must breed dependence. Well, what do you mean? Yes, you must breed dependence. For example, once the baby is born, the baby, of course, is given to the mother. And hopefully the mother breastfeeds, because that breeds dependence. The child becomes dependent upon the mother. The child and the mother becomes one. And I'm telling you what I know. I've experienced this. And not only did I experience it with my ex-wife. And it was so extraordinary. What would happen was, when it was time to feed the baby, she would, what we refer to as, let down. In other words, her milk would come down and her breast would begin to leak. But the crazy thing about it was that when that happened to her, I could feel within my innermost beings a trembling in an agitation for that, meaning that we were all one in this situation, right? That means that we have the ability to communicate with energy. That's energy. That was pure energy that we was experiencing, where we have the ability to do that with us. We have the ability to do that. And once we learn how to do this once again, we become powerful. And then and only then can we ascend to the throne again, because we'll be able to ward off all of those other entities and concepts and energies that have entered into our space. Okay? All right. Okay. Now, so with that masculine energy, with that energy, to deal with the dependence, because that child is going to be dependent upon their mother. But here's some of the things that we used when we were in Akabulan. The mother, when she got ready to wean the baby, what she would do is she would take some red pepper and put it on the nipple and allow the baby to nurse. So once that baby got hold to that red pepper, the child knew then that, hey, it's time to get away from that. But what actually happens is then the male figure steps in and creates a level of independence to free you up from that feminine energy and bring you into the masculine, so that there becomes a balance in the relationships. So, but once you get moving to independence, you don't stop there in independence. So there's another measure that you're going to have to take, and it's called intradependence. In other words, you move from dependence to independence to intradependence. Intradependence gives you the ability to go and work within other means of things, right? It gives you the skill set, the skill level to multitask and to deal with other entities and other levels. So you want to go from dependence to independence to intradependence. Okay. All right. So just a point of information there. Now, okay. Now, again, recapping 5, guide from complete dependence on adults to gradual independence. And last but not least, protect them from what? Chaos, violence, chronic adversity, because toxic stress caused by these environments disrupts the brain circuits required for executive functioning and triggers impulsive act now and think later behavior. Wow, that's saying a lot. Let me say that again, and then I'll get to some of you all comments. Okay. Again, recapping, it says, protect them from, again, chaos, violence, and chronic adversity, because toxic stress caused by these environments disrupt the brain circuits required for executive functioning and triggers impulsive act now, think later behavior. And this is so true. And this is why we have so much confusion and confliction down in our low social allocated wealth environments. Because it's act now and think later behavior. Why? Because it is so much chaos, so much violence on violence. And the inability to have opportunities to escape those allocated environments. So you get this kind of behavior. So now that we can isolate and understand what is really going on, then it gives us the ability now to make inroads into what's going on with the children. So it's best to catch them as their children and begin to assess their behavior and understand why they are acting out. That they're not just violent children. No, there's something that they've learned in their environment, whether it be watching the adults or whether it be watching the television. There's something that is stimulating them and causing them to behave in that way that they have no self-control, seemingly. Right? So now that we're learning these things now what we do understand now is that through trauma, when certain things, things of adversity, traumatic things have happened, what does it do? It deals with the circuitry. It deals with the energy in the brain, the electricity, how your neurons fire, how your dendrites fire, how your brain is developing. So all of these things are happening. So children are not, they just don't have the devil in them. The young adults, it ain't the devil. It's the underdevelopment of their minds. Their minds haven't developed in certain areas. And as a result of that, they are still, how should I say this? They're still at the age that traumatic experience happened. So they're still adolescents. They're still children in adults' bodies. Because why? Their brains didn't develop beyond that incident that happened when she was 8 or he was 9. Right? So now what we do know is that now we can go back and reconstruct. Okay? We can go back and reconstruct. Okay. Now, here's what I want to leave you with. I want to leave you with this. And we'll put a pin here. And also, point of information. FYI. We're going to have the double impact back. Yes. Next session, we're going to have the double impact, baby. We're going to have Dr. Cassandra Lindsay in the house again. We're going to have nurse practitioner Chiquisha Love in the house. They're going to be teaming up and bringing us some great information. And I tell you what, family, we are really excited. We want to get, hopefully I'll get with her and get her to check her schedule, try to get here, get Coach KP in the studio sometime in the spring, sometime around April. Hopefully she'll have some time. And we'll be able to get her over. And we'll have some others. Hey, Hank, what's going on, man? It's great to see you. Okay, I'm going to put this, I'm going to put this concept out here for you. And then I'll read the rest of you all's comments and we can put a pin there. Hey, Portis, what's going on? I just wanted to take a look at this word concept, family. It's a powerful word. And sometimes we really don't get a understanding for that understanding to overstand until it has been brought into our line of hearing. Okay? But look at the word concept. It is a word that means, one, an idea of something formed by mentally combining all its characteristics or particulars. Listen to how this develops. It develops mentally. But if there's something that has happened to us mentally, we can't develop it. It'll be distorted. Okay, watch this. Recapping. An idea of something formed by mentally combining all its characteristics or particulars. A construct. Oh my God. So that means that if you have been traumatized or injured or abused or something has happened to you mentally, whatever you're building, whatever construct you're building, it's going to be deformed. It's going to be distorted. It won't be fully developed. It'll be underdeveloped. It'll be what? Laden. Your pituitary gland won't be able to speak to your body and cause it to fully develop in certain areas. See, so this is very important. Healing people heal other people, hurting people hurt other people. You have to be cognizant and aware of the usage of your language. In particular, when you're dealing with the youth, when you're dealing with young people, you need to be mindful of your behavior. Because they are being programmed, they're downloading information. Now, let's look at that again. So it says an idea of something formed by mentally combining all its characteristics or particulars, a construct. And two, it meant a directly conceived or intuited object of thought. Intuited. Let's look at that word. Let's look at that real quick. It's saying something to us. Because it's going to bring us to another word that you all are familiar with. And see, and I'm getting to this now. See, if you have been mentally disturbed, And when I say that, no, I'm not calling you crazy. Catch what I said. If you have been mentally disturbed, what do I mean by that? If there has been a disturbance in your mind, then whatever you're dealing with is going to be what? Distorted. Y'all know how we say things. We be playing around, messing around though, but y'all know how we'll say sometimes, man, dude, mentally disturbed, man. You know what I'm saying? What are we saying? We're saying, hey, man, your thoughts ain't coming all the way around, man. Something ain't quite right about that. Right? Okay, there it is. Intuited. Check this out. It's from the Latin, meaning, watch this, to perceive directly without reasoning. Oh my God. Oh my God. See. Here come trouble. Here come trouble. Y'all catch this. Don't leave the room till you catch this. Please. Look at what it says. You got to catch this. Listen. It says, from the Latin, meaning to perceive directly without reasoning. Now, but if the circuitry of your mind has been disturbed, then there is no foundation for you to be intuitive. Why are you saying that? Because to bypass your reasoning simply means that it is so intact that you don't need to rely upon it. But if you have been scarred and marred and traumatized, then there is no reasoning within you. It has not been developed. Because why? There is no self-control. So if you rely solely on your intuitive capabilities without developing self-control, then you're going to be all out of bounds. You're going to be flaky. Yeah, you're going to be in that theta realm. You're going to be in that low vibration realm, trying to cause things to manifest that are never meant to manifest, but just remain in the fantasy realm just to help you develop a certain level of your cognition. Okay, y'all with me? Okay, now check this out. Look what it goes on to say. It says to know or discover by what? Intuition. Women, okay. How y'all doing out there? Sisters. Y'all know that intuition. Y'all know that feeling you get on the inside when you feel like, yeah, I know what you did. I know what you've been doing. You get that little feeling. It kick in. That's your intuition kicking in. That's that power. That's that insight, that perception. You have a level of perception. You see the energy. See, not only are you seeing it, but you're becoming one with it because it's a bioenergy that you can connect to and get information out of. See, we're all systems of information and energy. And once we come into each other's energy fields, we can tell what's in it. You can tell if somebody playing in your energy field. You can tell if somebody been doing this over here and doing that over there because there will be residuals. It will be energy left behind that tells what you've been doing. Because what? Energy is what? Information. Information is what? Words. Words are spirit. Spirit is what? Energy. Okay? So you just have to be skillful. Remember, it says that you have to develop what? The skills. You have to do what? Practice with them. Because why? The potential is there. The potential to be intuitive is already there. You just have to now, come on here, activate it, turn it on, and practice with it. Not everything you feel is going to be happening the way you think it in your mind. But as you practice with your intuitive capabilities, or to be intuitive, you're going to develop the insight, the foresight, the hindsight, the periphery to be able to see from the side. That's how you see into the realm of the spirit. You don't see forward, you see sideways to see. Okay, but that's a whole nother story. Okay, so if you look, I added also the definitions for intuition. And I'm finishing. I'll read you guys comments out there. Says, intuition, ladies, listen. 1, direct perception of truth, fact, etc. 2, B portion, independence of any reasoning process, immediate apprehension. Again, I'll recap. 1, direct perception of truth, facts, etc., independent of any reasoning process, immediate apprehension. Any reasoning process, it doesn't bring you into your rational part of your brain. You're not rationalizing it because you already know what it is, because it's energy. It has become you. It has consumed you. It is permeating you. It is vibrating within you and beyond you and creating an energy field that others can enter into and become one with you and absorb your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions. And we start getting back into old energies. We start getting back into empaths, telepaths, right? Okay. Now, okay. 2, it means the faculty of knowing or understanding something without reasoning or proof. Isn't that something? That's power. But you have to be taught. You have to be trained. That doesn't happen automatically. You have the potential to do it. The capacity is there. Now it must be turned on, must be activated. And so what happens? Then you get in the company of those that already know how to do that. For example, this is why we're having what? Life coaches, relationship coaches. We have mentors. We have pastors. We have activists. We have big brothers. We have all of these things is to stimulate growth within a certain area of your being so that you develop the ability to use your power source, to tap into it. And this is what we're doing. We're tapping back into self-awareness, self-healing, self-actualization, self-contemplation, self-meditation. All of this is taking us back to Zen so that we Zen. So that we become aware of self, that we really exist in a real sense. Right? In a real sense. That we really exist. Okay? All right. Okay. I see you, Larry Benton. I see you back in the house again. All right, Ronnie, I see you still hanging. Okay. Come on. Okay. So relationships are very important to many people. Okay, we read that. That's Dorothy. Shaken says, yes, we are losing children at a rate that is immeasurable. It's disheartening. This is true. Sister Dorothy said, my timeline is keep moving on me. Okay. Children. I'm trying to get to you all's. Okay, children learn by example. The practice of a thing makes that thing permanent. This is true. Lavelle says trust. Sister Rhonda says there are many adults functioning in the realm as well. This is true. Okay. If a child cannot trust you, they will not learn from you. This is true. Okay. Okay. Dorothy says, tapping inside because that's where the war is. This is true. I'm pretty sure I'm missing some, aren't I? Is that it? Okay. Did I get everybody? Okay. All right, family. Those are the only ones that I see. And my computer is.
Went out there about resistors and capacitors.
Okay, some people in our lives act as resistors instead of a capacitor. A resistor is an electronic component used to resist the flow of current in a circuit. It's more like a friction which restricts energy. Yes, so true. A capacitor, on the other hand, is an electronic, right?
Component.
Yes, electronic component used to store electrical charge. It generally opposes charges in current and electrical and electronic circuits. Yes, sir. Awesome. Thank you for that share, Master Teacher. Okay, fam. As always, y'all know I love you. How many of you got something? Remember this, there's the capacity to develop these in the brain. That's working memory, mental flexibility, and self-control. These are skills born with the potential to develop. So what are we doing? We're healing our minds. We're redeveloping and reconstituting it and reconstructing it. And don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. It's your time for healing. This is time. See, things are being revealed to be healed. DM me. You can DM me. You can inbox me. If you need counsel, we provide all of that. Also, here's what I need you all to do, family. I need you all to go to my YouTube page and click and subscribe. You can pick me up on YouTube, The One, THEE, 1, ONE, 2 words. The One, THEEONE. Please go, click, and subscribe. All right, fam? Click and subscribe. All right? Now, as always, hold what you got. Muse over it. Cogitate upon it. Ponder on it. But by all means, do what? Govern yourselves accordingly. This has been your host with the most, the one, the apostle, the prophet. And you completed another truth session. One love, eternal light, power, peace, prosperity, and good health. Assalamu alaikum. Mishbikah. Peace be unto you, family. Until we meet again. This has been the Truth Session.